Hey everyone, it's James, 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, BTC, USD on the Bitfinex exchange. Today is May 11th. It's about 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And first of all, it's not investment advice. Second of all, I like to just talk about the bubble phase to the downtrend, which is the bear market, a series of lower highs and lower lows. What we've done differently, though, is we've created a low and then a higher low, a high, and then a higher high. The question is now, will we continue to push upward and break above this zone, creating yet another higher low and higher high, right? Basically solidifying that, yes, we are in a bull market and the market is changing direction. Now, I posted basically my uptrend line on my prior videos. I talked about the correction that was coming in the market. The question is now, do we break back above this area? And essentially, really, the big number to look at is 91.77. If we don't get above that, there's no breaking this top up here, which is 9,990 on Bitfinex. And every other number higher than this is just pure fantasy. So that's one thing to look at. Right now, we're getting rejected right at the uptrend line. The uptrend line was very, very small support. It's like just the weakest support ever that you could ask for, yet has turned into one of the hardest resistance lines for Bitcoin at this time, okay? So basically, once Bitcoin kind of resolves itself, we can break up, we should continue upward to retest this 9,090 high. Otherwise, if we continue to roll over down here and then break out below the 7,800 level, which is club consolidation, and that gave us some support right here. If we break out the low side of this area, then we are going to continue downward on the Dumbo line all the way to about the 6,900 level or so, depending on how fast we start to retrace downward, okay? So those are both zones to look for on the chart right now. What you can see too is, one thing I want to touch on that a lot of people, nobody's really going to talk about it because it kind of like takes the hype out of Bitcoin. And there's a lot of hype right now. People are talking about crazy figures. I think like John McAfee moved it from like 1 million to 2 million or something crazy like that, like per Bitcoin. So the point is that right here you can see this uptrend line, this green Dumbo line connecting 6,000 to 6,400. This shows that price is going to take longer to resolve itself. So yes, we may be in a bull market, okay? I'd like to see some little more confirmation. I'd like to see the corrective move, the higher high, the higher low, and then basically we confirm that and form this rounded bottom, bull market, etc. Blah, blah, blah. The point is that this is showing it's going to take longer to resolve, meaning that if we are in a bull market, to break above 11,700 is going to take longer than most people are probably going to be willing to wait. Yes, we may get some big moves here and there, but it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot more time to start to rise through these highs than it did back here, okay? So I say this because if you don't have those, if you don't have like that level-headed, right? Like if you don't have the level-headed decision-making ability because you're caught up in the wild articles, the videos, and all the jazz promising you figures way beyond just this and even far beyond this, which is just absolutely insane at this point, you're gonna, make irrational decisions based on irrational behavior. So, and that's what hype does. That's what euphoria does. And that's exactly what this did to a lot of people. And there are a lot of people that are in some very that are in a very painful situation if they are still holding to today, okay? So understand that a lot of those people that are hyping this up typically have a larger financial stake in the asset itself or some of the smaller assets. And of course, it would be to their benefit to hype it up as best as they could, especially if they have a name that pushes weight around, right? Like when you see somebody like John McAfee, for example, coming out there saying, and I don't even think his stake is that big in Bitcoin comparative to his net worth, right? Like I want to see him go 100% of his money, liquidate everything, live, just enough money to live in a condo somewhere, just a nice little condo, liquidate everything and dump it into Bitcoin. For him coming out there and talking about it being 1 million, 2 million, or whatever the crazy figure is. I forget exactly which number it was, but it's in the millions, and that's insane, like at this point. So understand from a logical, level-headed perspective that anything beyond here is hype, okay? If we do not break above 9,990, that tells you that, hey, nobody wants to buy it above 9,990. So how could anybody logically assume that price needs to be anything higher than that? At that point, it's insanity. You might as well ride around on a mythical, unicorn and that, poops rainbow ice cream, my butter, whatever, or whatever, crazy crap that you want to possibly conjure up in your mind. But that's the reality. That's the gatekeeper right here. If we don't break above that, there's no 11,000, there's no 12,000, 13,000, 20,000, 50,000, whatever figure you could possibly think of, right? So let's think about this logically. Let's think about it from a perspective that you're trading your hard-earned money in anticipation of trying to make it grow. Or you're trying to preserve the capital you've already accumulated, and maybe you're trading Bitcoin on a continuous basis, trying to get as much as you can possibly get out of it. To get stuck on the idea that price is going to rise to those magical levels without breaking key zones is going to lead to you doing illogical things, which will lead to irrational behavior, causing you to do things not based on logic, which ultimately cost you more than likely money. Okay, so it's not investment advice, these videos, but I feel like I am the only person that wants to somehow just talk about the local time frame that we're currently in, right? Just a couple months worth of data. We're looking at the prices. I'm giving you key zones. If those zones are not broken to either way, up or down, then price is not going to continue moving up or down unless there are obviously buyers or sellers. It's all supply and demand, right? So that's why I can say with complete confidence that anything above this zone is fantasy land. Because if there are no buyers pushing price higher, then how could anybody in the right mindset assume that price should be higher, right? So I just want to kind of get that out of the way. That way people understand, because what I see now are a lot of comments where people are just giving up. And that's fine. That's what you need in a market, especially when you're returning to normalization, because the people that are going to fuel the new bull run are going to be all the people that got beat out, all the people that sold at the very bottom, and etc., right? You push everybody off the sidelines, the sentiment gets completely wiped out, right? Less and less crazy articles coming out, less and less crazy videos, etc. And those people get pushed to the wayside, and then as the market starts to build momentum and head back up, that's when people jump back in, and that's what fuels bull markets, okay? So that's why I want to talk about this, because if Bitcoin is truly going to enter into a bull market, you need to understand it's going to take longer to resolve itself than it did previously. And I know I'm going to be the only person saying that. I guarantee you I'm the only person saying this, unless somebody watches my video and they turn around and make a video, because it's not going to gain subscribers, it's not going to gain viewers, it's going to piss people off that believe that Bitcoin should be $1 trillion because the fundamentals say so, and etc., right? But you can visually see, if we just take the slopes and connect them like this, right, and we make more of a wedge, you can see it's going to take time. And you can see as we zoom out, the time. Look how much further we have to go to the right. That's time and space to create tighter and tighter energy coils. That leads to breaks. That leads to price resolving itself faster, okay? I know a lot of people aren't going to believe me when I say this, but, you watch this market long enough, as long as we hold the Dumbo line right here above 6,900, then it's going to take time to resolve itself and to move upward. And it's not going to be as fast as it was back here. You can visually see that as you look at this and you compare it to this, okay? It's two different things now. We're two different things. We're apples and oranges now, all right? So hopefully that makes sense. I gave everybody the numbers to watch for, all right? And you You'll know what to watch for. We'll see what happens. If we cannot break above this zone, then price is not going to go higher. We need to get above 91.77 to go to 9,990, right? There are steps that have to occur. If we break below club consolidation at roughly about 7,800 or so, then price is going to head lower to the Dumbo line, roughly sitting about 6,900. And my Dumbo line got deleted somehow. But anyways, I'll build another one. So the point is, you have both sides to look for from a macro perspective, right? If you're looking for something, like you want more information on like maybe like when I do my trades, or where I would suggest entries, because I can't always trade. I'm not awake 24/7 like a robot, even though I'd like to be, but I can't stay awake that long. But I do have a subscription service where I do go over the trades. And I did take a trade in the morning, and I let my subscribers know, and it was right down in here. And it's been a very good trade. I'm just going to let it ride out and see what happens. I got my profit stop in place, and I'm happy if I get stopped out. It doesn't matter at all. Like, it's all profit. Like, nobody ever goes broke from taking profit. That is one tip I hope everybody listens to. You will never go broke from taking profit, but you will go broke from getting greedy and getting wrecked due to your greed, all right? So anyways, that's what I offer through geometriccharts.com. I do videos morning and night on Bitcoin and various other coins as well too, like Litecoin, Ethereum, EOS, Neo, Ripple, etc. I also cover stocks, commodities, and Forex too, and that's for a monthly service. It's $24.95 a month. There's no contracts or anything like that. And if you're interested in that, you can always check out my site, geometriccharts.com. And then also at geometriccharts.com at the bottom, I have my free Slack channel that has over 300 members. And everybody's extremely friendly. It's a great community to be a part of. It's absolutely free. There's no sales pitch, no crap like that in this community. It's strictly for people that want to meet like-minded people who are talking about cryptocurrency. They're providing their own analysis. Some people provide their own trading charts. People provide news, you know, in case maybe you didn't see something happened. Typically, somebody posts an article to kind of like say, okay, well, this is why this happened, you know? And it's just a really nice, friendly community that's just come together from all parts of the world, people from all over the world. Like I said, over 300 members. So if you haven't joined that, I would suggest you do so. It's absolutely free, and you can talk to like-minded people. You know, it's just a nice, friendly environment. I really cannot talk highly enough about it. But other than that, I hope everybody has a great day, great night, depending on where you are in the world. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your support. Please like, subscribe, follow, depending on what social media platform you're on. And I will talk to everybody tomorrow.